Okay, hello everybody. It's very nice to meet you all. My name is Matti Laamanen. I work at Elisa, where my everyday challenge is to think how to boost our data awareness and data utilization. Today's short presentation is about how we see data democracy as a part of our data journey and how we use tools like Collibra to implement it. First, just some basic facts and figures about Elisa as a background and to give you an idea what kind of a company we are and what does our data landscape look like and what we mean when we talk about utilizing data in our business. We operate at telecom and IT field. 1 in every 2 Finnish companies is a corporate customer of Elisa, and we have almost 3 million consumer customers in Finland and Estonia. So we have quite many customers and end users altogether. We offer a wide range of services like traditional mobile or fixed network services, but also entertaining services, content, ebooks, internet, TV, video on demand, and such things for consumers. And for corporate customers, we offer quite comprehensive set of IT and communication solutions, networks, again, cybersecurity, technical IT expertise, IT outsourcing, and so on. And also, according to those figures, you can see that we are quite profitable and efficient IT and telco company, one of the most efficient telcos in the world, I think, currently. And also, from the figures, you see that we have a lot of customers using multiple services, buying, paying, contacting us, and also ourselves running all the services. So it means millions of events in our networks, platforms, or processes every day. We are not a startup company by all means anymore. Been in the questions for nearly 140 years. And we have also been a kind of pioneering almost every aspect of the telecom industry. Not going through all those highlights there, but talk about automation, very common word. Currently, in 1929, we started our automation, being the first city in the world. The switchboards of the entire Helsinki region were automated. Or if you talk about digitalization, between 1980s and 1990s, we digitalized our whole telephone network. So as a summary, we have a history of being quite innovative, always been adopting new things. And so, yes, we have a lots of technology, lots of IT systems, and a lot of data also to work with. As a part of our recent strategy work, we studied how we use that data in our different operations. Currently, in some fields, we utilize it quite efficiently, like in processes, process automation, and some products and services. For example, we have a process, what we call preventive fall management or preventive incident management. So we collect a huge amount of data from network and service events, and according to that data, we can predict incidents before they take place. So, for example, we could see that there's a 95% probability that a certain service or equipment will fail in next 2 weeks. And of course, then we can go and fix it before anything bad happens. Customers are happy as they don't experience any break or drop in the services. And of course, for us, it's much more efficient to be able beforehand plan and prepare and fix it, rather than running around and trying to put out the fires, for example. Another example could be that we can configure and auto-tune our mobile network on the fly, so to say, to guarantee the best possible service level to our customers, and at the same time, the most efficient use of our network equipment, energy consumption, and things like that. And this is something we also sell as a service to other telco operators, that they can do that in their own mobile networks. Again, that's something which is good for customers and it's good for business. So naturally, we want more like this in every field of our operation. But as you start adding those solutions, different fields, processes, functions, and so on, it can start to look like a little bit siloed, like in the picture here. Of course, we try to share our knowledge between the different areas and use common tools, but it's not always so easy to move one solution from one area to another totally different area. You just can't copy and paste it. And anyway, you can very rarely move those experts who have developed those solutions in one area to another area. So depending on the resources or expertise or knowledge you have, it can be easier or it can be a bit harder to take more forward the data awareness or data utilization. To make this easier at the company level as a whole, to grow better awareness of data and to improve the utilization of data, we thought that it would be a good thing that everybody in Elisa would see and understand the possibilities in data, how to find it, how to use it, what it means in everyday operations, in business development, and so on. So we decided that this is something we want to promote, that everybody should have an equal opportunity to use the data, no matter where they work currently or how much they currently know about the data, and maybe different ways to use it, whether it's analytics, automation, machine learning, reporting, visualization, whatever is the need. But that is the target. And we named it like data democracy. It's the action of making data accessible to everyone. So for that, we defined 5 principles as guidelines for implementing our data democracy: ease of access, data quality, self-service, data literature, and data ethics. Ease of access meaning that it should be very easy to find and get access to the data that you need. There shouldn't be any technical barricades or other obstacles. If you need that data to your work, you should have very easy access to it. Data quality, in order to work with data, you need to be able to trust that it's correct and it is fit for your purpose. Better data quality, of course, leads to better decision making, and the more high quality data you have, the more confident you are in your decisions. Self-service, meaning that the whole data usage and utilization should be able to do by yourself. The complexity of systems or things should be hidden. No technical knowledge expected, whether it is about access or modification or data consumption analysis, what you are currently doing. All should be as easy as possible to do by yourself. Data literacy. We know that the education as itself is a condition for success of any democracy. And the foundation for education is literature, to be able to read and understand what you read. With data, that means that you are able to derive meaningful information from data using different tools in different contexts. So data literacy is very close to the normal literature also. And finally, the last one, not the least one, data ethics. This is kind of a no benefits without responsibilities part, you could say. We have values, rules, policies. Some come outside of organization, like authorities, legislation, and some are our own policies in the company. And we need to comply with them. And you need to know how to work with the data in an ethical manner. For that, we need guidance and rules. And of course, there's always risks. For example, if people are not data literate and do not understand correctly what they are doing, it might result in some bad decisions, business decisions, that they wouldn't do otherwise. Also, the more users have access to the data, the bigger is the data security risk, unfortunately, I could say. A person is often the weakest link in that chain. So think sustainably, act responsibly, and to be a constructive part of a data society. Above all, you need to know what you are doing. During our work, we soon realized that Collibra, there's many tools that can help us to implement these principles. And here are some examples how we currently use and also plan to use in future with the data democracy. So for each of actions, one thing is to know where to find the data to get to access there. And now we have the one place for metadata. It's available for all the people, and people are starting to learn to go that place and find things in the catalogs what they are looking for. And also there are good search capabilities. If you don't exactly quite often know what you are looking for or where to start, you can put in a search, and it's a good way to dive into the catalogs and the information there. For data quality, lineage, reports, certifications, workflows, that kind of thing, it's important for lineage to see where the data comes from and where it ends up and what happens there in between to understand what the data actually is and how it's modified in the journey. For stewardship, like taking care of the data, there are roles that are in place, and we can build workflows inside the tool. So we can put approvals or certify the assets. So we can say that somebody has checked this report and it's all okay. And also we are planning to make our data quality measurements visible in the catalog. So when you fetch the data asset or report, you can see that, okay, this has been checked and the data quality is 85% or something like that. For self-service, well, all the tools in Collibra promote self-service. The idea is that with Collibra, you can do it all by yourself, not asking someone else to do it. So you can find the data asset or report, put it in the basket and shop for it, ask access for it, and then off you go. And if you need some help, you can comment, you can collaborate, and you can ask questions from colleagues and also from the experts who are part of the community there. For data literacy, of course, the glossaries, acronym definitions, data descriptions, business terms, all that helps us to speak the same language. We can create a common understanding even on some complex issues, as quite often are with the data. And also we have the one place for this kind of information. When you're looking for some term, what it means, you can go to the glossary or business terms and find it there. We have a description of KPIs, how they are calculated, you can find it there. And also to learn more about the data, to educate yourself, we can use Collibra Open University courses, and that's what we've done. And there's also the community available. You can share experiences, ask questions from colleagues, and also other trainings are available. And then with the ethics, we can put all those policies and rules there to be available, and we can connect also though with the data assets. For example, when one wants to access data, there's a called data usage agreement thing done, making sure that the end user knows that these policies are related to this data. Let's say it's GDPR, and also he will agree to those. And also we get the information that who is using the data, for what purpose, for how long time, and so on. So these are some things we currently see we are able to use Collibra catalog tools. And I think that when we move forward with our data democracy principles, we will find some other ways too. So lastly, to end up with some findings and thoughts about our data journey this far. We realized quite early that it's not just some actions we decide to do in our strategy, but it's more like a culture thing. I think it was guy called Peter Drucker, some management consultant and writer, who said that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Not meaning that the strategy is not important, but the cultural change has more power and impact in long-term success. And moving towards the data usage in a whole company level, enterprise level, it's a big change, and everything will not happen at once and not so very quickly. Also, we already noticed that we have achieved a lot, but still we realize that we are just in the beginning. We learn all the time, we move on every step, and probably there is not certain level or certain maturity step we are trying to reach. It seems that currently there are no limits. There are endless possibilities to improve. So we just keep on going and learning how to do it better and better. And one important question is that, do you really think that data is an asset for your company? Because if you said, okay, yes, we do, then the thing is that you should start acting like it's one of your important assets. We previously tried to take kind of a governance models or different best practices and put that in use in our organization, but that didn't work. In year 2, they disappeared and they went away. And now we are starting thinking that data is a resource or asset like people or money is a monetary asset. And well, we don't have a people governance or people governance steering group or people steward. That's nothing we do, but it's all that is included in our everyday work, in our teams, in our departments, in our managers and employees, what they do. It's not a separate thing. And we have HR, human resources function, which is helping us. And the similar thing should happen with data, that it should be a part of our everyday normal actions and management system. Probably having some kind of a data resources function or data office, what you want to call it. But still the decisions and the utilization of the data should be done in the business line, in the normal operations, not something separate built inside of it. And finally, it's not easy task, especially if you have a bigger organization and you're trying to leverage it in all the levels and all the places in organization. It can be quite hard work. You might want to start a bit smaller areas, like one data domain or certain function inside your, or maybe business line or product line. And when you get success there, you can move on and you have good examples. But finally, you can't avoid it, that to take full use of it, it needs to be everywhere. So that'll be lots of work, but be patient and discuss a lot with people in your company. That will help. So now we have, I think, running out of time here, as I was advised to leave some room for questions and answers. So I stop here and let's see if there's anything I could try to answer.